Good morning. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak to you all about socioeconomic discrimination and what needs to be done to create a fair society for all. My name is Andrew. I'm 28 years old. I've had to struggle at times in life. The trauma of losing my mom at an early age led me into addiction. I found some real positive support back then and I got through all that. Now I'm a proud father of two great kids. I'm married to a wonderful woman, but discrimination still follows us around. It is hard to break out of. I'm here today as a community activist from ATD Ireland because I believe change is possible. I really want a better world for my kids, without such poverty and open socioeconomic discrimination. I want to share a few examples of discrimination. My wife wrote this and wanted to share it. I was a drug addict for years, hopeless and feeling unworthy of anything in life. 4 years ago I walked into a recovery home and changed my life around. I always had a lot of support from my family, even though I felt I had let them down. 4 years ago I met my husband, and I was still taking methadone, but he accepted me and believed in me. I never had somebody love me the way that he does. We got pregnant with my daughter, who is 3 years old now. But it wasn't easy, and I didn't think my past could ever come back to haunt me till the day I was in hospital, only after giving birth to my child, when a social worker walked in. I'll never forget it. I pulled my baby girl up off the bed and held her so close to my chest, because unfortunately when we hear the word social worker, what's the first thing we think? Well, I thought she was coming to take my baby away from me. I wanted to run out of the door with my baby. And it turned out, because of my history and being in a methadone clinic, she had a right to make sure my daughter had a safe home to live. She called into my mother's home and saw it was more than okay for my child, and closed the case. See, I thought I was doing the right thing by going onto a clinic to make sure I didn't backslide on drugs. But in the end, a social worker still came after me. I'll never forget that day. It will always haunt me. I had nightmares for weeks that my child was being took off me. Not a nice experience for a new mom. So I just want to say, do you think that was the right way to go with a new mother moments after giving birth? What did I do wrong? I want a society that doesn't treat my children the way I was. I hope there's an end to discrimination. I hope my kids are never discriminated against the way I was. That's why I'm here and sharing my story with you all. I'm standing up for my kids' future. The lack of equal opportunities and discrimination must end, so that they won't suffer the hardship in life that I did. These days were meant to be the best days of our life as a new family, not days filled with fear and fueled by the type of discrimination that many other mothers don't face. As a mother, we always want what's best for our kids, but sometimes there's things we can't give them. Material things don't matter to me. The best thing you can give your child is love and support. Whatever they want to do is because it's their dreams, not ours. And this is from another activist from ATD. A single parent can be struggling day in, day out on very little income. This can arrive on Thursday. By Monday it's gone. Gone on gas, baby products, food, washing and household stuff, leave card, clothes, etc. The basics, not luxury items. You can feel discriminated against because you are a young parent struggling. You can feel dominated by the system, and you can feel that you can't stand up to it, feeling lower down the pecking order than others who are better off. This is not just related to social work, but society views people very differently who are struggling. This can and does lead to discrimination. The consequences can be very damaging, leading to low confidence, lack of self-worth, depression, poor health, stigma and guilt. This can have a negative effect on the child. That child could be open to bullying at school and feel less important than others. It takes so much strength for that parent to not break down. This is the cycle of poverty. Gavin. The stigma and shame of living in poverty actually hurts me when I'm walking down the street. And because of my appearance, because I can't go in and buy new clothes, when I feel like it, and that like I actually feel people looking at me. It's not looking at me, it's actually looking at my appearance. It's just not nice, I don't think it's fair. The effects it has on me anyway is physical and mental. The judgment hurts, the shame, it's all to me embarrassment. We have many more real life examples like these in our 2019 Does It Only Happen to Me report on socioeconomic discrimination. So in conclusion, when you live in poverty and with socioeconomic discrimination, you don't have any real protection. Even though we have 9 other grounds in equality legislation, we are not protected. We constantly fall through the cracks. Things can't move forward until we bring this 10th ground. I just wanted to highlight the massive link between discriminated against, shouldering shame and stigma, and the effect of mental health. It really hurts to the point where it can give you a mental health disorder. Bring the 10th ground could be a way to reduce the rate of depression and suicide. So take this into consideration and we could save lives. Even the dogs in the streets know that poverty and socio-economic discrimination exists. Class discrimination is not new. It has always been around. There are many reports as well as academic evidence and statistics out there, locally, nationally and internationally, that allude to these issues. We really need to act together for change and make us again feel proud of our country. Minster O'Gorman, I see you are the Minister for Children and Young People. Can you help us by supporting this campaign to bring the 10th ground into equality legislation so all our children have a better future? We are very ready to support this. Thanks for listening.